Hello all and welcome to another review of mine. Today I'm not going to review a MRE or military ration. Instead, I have a United Humanitarian ration to review. So this is more of a survival ration that's given to people in need, and it comes in three types: Middle East, Africa and Asia. I have the Africa variety there, and the expiration date was the end of 2024. So quite excited about this one to see what's inside. Besides the fact that it doesn't include any water and what type of ration it is, it doesn't come with any type of markings of the contents. The website that I bought this from said this ration would last for anywhere between 8 to 24 hours, even up to 32 hours in case of emergency. But that seems like a bit of a stretch because this ration is quite small and also quite light. So I don't really think this could probably even feed you for 24 hours. But then again, in case of emergency or if there's no other food available, right, you need to make do with what you have. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what's inside. It's a little bit of a mystery packaging to me. So let's open it up and see what we get. And that's what's inside. So let's check it out. And here's a close-up of it. First up, we have a cappuccino powdered drink, and it comes with a topping even, so quite luxurious. Next up, we have a mini loaf of bread, sliced whole wheat, which looks like it comes in MRE packaging. It's made by Sterling Foods. Next up, we have a can of sardines. That is unfortunate because I do not like fish at all. But yeah, we gotta try it out. Next up, we have a Ruby Extra. I guess it's like a chocolate wafer bar. And then we have 4 fruit candies, which I guess are soft chews in 3 different flavors: orange, strawberry, and lemon. Yeah, and that's all there is in it. It's not a huge amount, and I don't think this could really feed you enough for 24 hours, but it probably will sustain you for 24 hours, so really a survival ration. Although I guess the sardines will come in a vegetable oil, so there might be quite a lot of calories in that. First up, let's try the drink. It's a large amount. And that's how it looks like. It's mostly sugar and milk powder, I guess. So let's add water to that. And it does have quite a nice vanilla scent to it. Also, there's no spoon included, so I need to use a regular one. And we also have our topping, so let's add that to the cappuccino. So yeah, here's a close-up of the bread. It's quite light and moist and fluffy and soft. So it definitely feels a lot better than the regular sort of wheat snack bread you get in American MREs. And this is definitely not as hard or dense or dry as some of those can be. So curious to see how that tastes. And like this, they look almost like regular slices of bread. Then we have our Ruby Extra chocolate wafer bar. I guess some form of Kit Kat is how it looks like. A little bit sticky, so a little bit melted almost, but let's put those back. And finally, we have our can of sardines. So let's try to open up that. I want to be careful opening this because I don't want my entire apartment to smell or be drenched in fish oil. And here's a close-up of the sardines. They look quite okay. And honestly, the smell isn't super offensive. I was afraid that once you open the can, it'd just be like a punch in your face kind of fish smell, but it's relatively tolerable. I also have to sort of disclose I'm not a big fish person at all. I'll obviously try it, but I don't really like fish, or at least not canned fish, that much. And finally we have the sweets, but I'll open those up later for dessert so I don't imbibe them with some fish aroma. First up, cappuccino with cocoa, or mochaccino, I guess. So let's try. Yeah, that's pretty good. It doesn't taste like coffee at all. There's only a hint of coffee at the end. It mostly just tastes like milk and sugar, but definitely quite a nice drink for most people. I like my coffee without sugar and milk, so for me this is relatively just okay, but I guess if you do like sugary and milky coffee, this would be a great item for you. Then I'm gonna try just one piece of bread by itself. And here you can see the crumb. It's not super dense, so interesting to see how that will taste. Yeah, and as far as shelf-stable bread goes, that's pretty good. There's a little bit of sweetness in there. You don't really taste the whole wheat or multi-grain aspect of the bread that much. A little bit at the end, and there's a little bit of an aftertaste, but that's something you have with almost all shelf-stable MRE type products, so I don't hold that against it. But that's relatively pretty solid for an MRE type bread, one of the better ones that I had so far. And then let's try the sardine. The smell has been slowly permeating into the room. I'm just gonna try a bite. It's pretty firm meat. It comes with the skin and quite a lot of vegetable oil, and I'll try it out by itself first, so wish me luck. Yeah, and that's pretty fishy for a person that doesn't really like fish. There is a little bit of grit in it. I presume those are the grates or the bones of the fish, because I don't think it has been filleted or those have been taken out. But yeah, that's definitely a fishy fish. There's also a little bit of heat to it. On the package it did say there was a little red pepper on it. But yeah, for me this isn't great because I'm not a fish lover. And I guess the main way of eating this will be putting it on the bread. So get a big yum 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 spoonful of this and then put it on the bread. It looks extremely appetizing to me, like random fish parts and some bread. So yeah, I'll have to sort of figure out how to eat this, and I'll let you know how it tastes, if it tastes any better. So yeah, that's definitely an improvement. You taste the fish a lot less. And the bread is actually quite strong tasting in that combination. So this is not a hit for me. But on the other hand, this is for survival. Sardines are a great source of protein and fat, and they're very cost effective. So I can definitely understand why they include this. And then finally, we have the chocolate wafer. A little bit melted, but let's see. Yeah, and that's nice. There's a little bit of hazelnut flavor to that. It's a little bit of a standard chocolate wafer bar, but definitely a welcome addition to the ration, and something that I think nobody can take offense to as well. It's simply quite a nice wafer. And this is a close-up of the inside. It's quite thin and quite flaky, but it has a good, nice hazelnut flavor. So yeah, then all we have left is the soft candies. Let's try the lemon first. They're like little soft, chewy candies. Yeah, and the lemon one's very good, very natural lemon flavor. So let's try out the orange, and the same texture, probably just the difference of the flavoring. And that's okay, a little bit less strong flavor than the lemon. And this one is a little bit more red than the other ones. And that tasted quite chemical. So the lemon flavor is by far the best out of the three. So yeah, that was the United Humanitarian Ration. So yeah, it's a little bit smaller than I expected. Also, it wasn't super cheap, so a little bit disappointed in that. But obviously, if you're in a situation when there is no food available, this would be a literal godsend, basically. So yeah, thank you for watching. My next review is probably gonna be an American MRE, so excited for that, because I've tried the whole case when I did not make these reviews, but I've never reviewed one before on camera. Looking forward to that, and until then, thank you so much for watching, and see you later.